Hey guys, it's my birthday today, and birthdays are a special day because it's the day where you get to pretend that things revolve around you more or less than they normally do. And I guess it's a bit of an ego stroke because everybody says happy birthday on your Facebook wall, even though the majority of them probably don't talk to you regularly or you don't talk to them regularly. But it's complicated. For those of you who are friends with me on Facebook, though, thank you for saying that, or if you're going to say it in the comments, that would be awesome. Yeah, and if you want to know what you can do for me for my birthday, you don't buy me stuff or anything, I just have links, social links and stuff you can follow me on. I made a Formspring. It's formspring.me/stuffiscarrots. And it's basically a website where you can just ask me questions via text and I answer them. So that's pretty cool. I just thought I'd let you know that that exists. And then I have facebook.com/foreveraloneprick, twitter.com/FAPvlog, stuffiscarrots.tumblr.com. Cool stuff like that. I might put more if I forgot some, but I'll put them in the link. And I have stuff on my channel too. Yeah, you can just follow me on those, ask me questions, send me messages, make me feel all happy and warm and fuzzy inside. I might not see them for a day or so, because, I don't know, but that's just life. The funny thing about growing up, though, like with every year that passes, you're supposed to be getting more mature. And I think people tend to think of it as, okay, I'm this age, now I have to be like this, or I'm this age, I have to be like this. I've never thought of it that way. I've always felt like your birthday is the time where you just have to make sure that you're growing at the right rate. And if you're not, then just plan out how you're going to measure your growth and how you're going to be developing as a person. And this has to happen to some extent because nobody wants to be the same person at 35 that they were at 15. There's two reasons for that, though. At 15, there's a certain sense of immaturity. Like you don't know what's going on, yet there's self-centeredness. Yet when you're 35, you can lose some of that magic, the spark, if you will. Like, there's positives of being young and there's positives of being old, and obviously there's negatives of each. So it's just making sure that you are where you want to be. And obviously those goals can change, but just making sure that you don't wake up one morning, look at yourself in the mirror and say, what am I? And there's two reasons why you might not be what you want to be. One reason is that you've become something that you don't want to be. Like, you wanted to become this, but you've become something different instead. Someone who's more hardened of the world, someone who just doesn't have the magic in them because they've seen too much bad stuff, or they've grown tired of life and they don't deal with the bullshit anymore, or something like that. And then the second end is that you just haven't grown at all. And that tends to happen when you don't have a lot of experiences. And when you're someone like me who spends a fair amount of time on the computer, I guess that tends to happen because you don't experience the real world as much as you would have otherwise. Like, I just feel like in a lot of ways, I mean, even when I was younger, I was at an age where YouTube and the internet wasn't a big thing. I mean, YouTube started in 2005. I wasn't that big on the internet until like 2006 or 2007. So that was like on the eve of it. Growing up, I didn't really have that too much. So I guess I just found different ways to seclude myself, and that's a bad thing. Because you have to interact with the world, even if the world is just full of assholes. You have to experience those assholes, because it teaches you how to deal with them. And I think that's an important thing to do, and I just feel like I haven't had enough experiences at times. But at the same time, I'm almost afraid to have experiences, because when you say experiences, I'm talking about interacting with people. And when you interact with people, it's like that has an effect on them as well. It's not just about you. It's not just about having your experiences. By interacting with people, you're creating experiences for them as well. And even though you might want to focus on what's best for you, you also got to focus on what's best for the other person. Now, people always say that it's best to try something than to not try at all. Like, an example might be talking to girls or trying to get a girlfriend or something. And they say you should talk to someone because what's the worst that could happen? The worst that would happen is they reject you and say no. But in my opinion, there is a worse scenario, and that's they say yes, and then they start going out and then get close to each other. But then the guy realizes that he's not happy, or he's not right for them, or it's just not working out or something, and it creates problems from them being together. I mean, like, sometimes people can be together, whether it's a relationship or just a friendship or something like that, and they can feel like things are good for them, but people on the outside can look in on that group situation and say, this is not good, this is bad for the people who are involved. Like, it's just negative because one person is maybe manipulating the other person. Maybe they're abusive. Maybe they're just passive aggressive and they're not happy together. Well, what if one person in the relationship realizes that, and then they ask the other person, or they just talk about it. They say that they're not sure where it's going, and then that sort of throws it off. It's like, well, if this isn't working out, why did I spend time around you? Why didn't I spend it around other people? In a way, I guess it's part of my fear in terms of getting involved with people. Like, even if I've added you on Facebook before, you've probably noticed that I don't interact with you a lot. I might like your post on Facebook once in a while, or if you're on Twitter and I follow you on Twitter, I might reply to one of your tweets once in a while, or something like that. But I don't really interact with people a lot, because the more of an impact you make, in a way, the more dependent they are on you. Because people can only have so many experiences, and we depend on experiences for our livelihood. So the more of those experiences they have that involve me, in a way, the more dependent they are on me to have more experiences, because they've grown used to that. Humans are creatures of habit. If they're used to me being the person that they hang around with or talk to or have these experiences with, then if for some reason I fail that and I can't be there for them, then they're sort of left high and dry. Like, what am I supposed to do now? So, I don't know. I mean, obviously growth is important, and I guess that's what the point of a birthday is to measure your growth. But in a lot of ways, it's not just about you, because I think that's something that people don't talk about. It's not just about your growth, it's the growth of everyone. And when you think about, most people don't think about that, and when they connect with people in some way or whatever, it can have a negative effect on the other people. We don't often notice that. We talk about benefiting yourself, though. So where does worrying about other people come in? And what if you're just worried about hurting someone so bad that you're afraid to get involved with them? Or you're afraid of pissing someone off? Because you know what they say, it can take 20 years to build up trust, but 20 minutes to break it. What if you make one stupid thing and this person just hates you and they just, like, stop talking to you, they block you on Facebook, or they just stop answering texts and stuff like that, and you just lose that connection? I guess that's my concern, is to say that it's better to have loved than lost than to not loved at all. In a way, I guess it depends on what your answer to that is. If you think that's true, then you should just go on and do whatever. But if you don't, if you're afraid of what might happen after a long time of doing something and then suddenly losing it, I guess that's not the same concern. It's something more worrisome. But maybe you're just concerned too much about other people. I don't know. I just think about things too much. And I'm too worried about being the nice guy, I guess. But, whatever. That's just my mentality, and I guess that's part of my growth. Realizing what the difference is between being helpful to someone and being too paranoid to get involved with them. I guess I gotta find that middle ground. So, wish me luck on that.